General Powell, last year you gave a Colin Powell. Colin Powell, welcome back. Your take on this presidential campaign.
I'll be voting for Senator Barack Obama.
I'm very proud. I said to
An American economy, the American economy.
The economy. His economy's economic crisis, the Oval Office, the American people, the American people, the American people, America, wished Americans, America, in this country, in America, a country.
I'm an American, first and foremost.
Education, school, education, energy, global warming and the environment, poverty alleviation, and helping the needy people. Our development program, violence or terrorism.
We're at war in two different countries, Afghanistan and Iraq.
Iraq and Afghanistan. We're serving in Iraq and Afghanistan. Troops back. Make sure we give our troops what they need to get the job done.
Our military commitments around the world.
America's role in the world, and to convince the world. I think the president has to reach out to the world, talking to the world, all of the world. We must help the rest of the world. The world is expecting us to, in the world. The world in international globalized system and in the international community overseas obligations, but working with our friends and allies to talk to people who we have not been willing to talk to. This is the time for outreach. Excuse me, Tom. I know both of these individuals very well now. Either one of them, I think, would be a good president. But you would be a good president. Mr. Obama.
Barack Obama.
Mr. Obama. Barack Obama. Obama's Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama.
Barack Obama.
Senator Obama. Mr. Obama experience, judgment, confident, showing intellectual vigor, displayed a steadiness, an intellectual curiosity, a depth of knowledge, broader reach into the needs and aspirations of our people. He's crossing lines, ethnic lines, racial lines, generational lines. He's thinking about all villages have values, all towns have values, not just small towns have values. That because of his ability to inspire, because of the inclusive nature of his campaign, because he is reaching out all across America, because of who he is and his rhetorical abilities, and we have to take that into account, as well as his substance. He has both style and substance. He has met the standard of being a successful president, being an exceptional president. I think he is a transformational figure, a definitive way of doing business that would serve us well. He is a new generation coming into the world, onto the world stage, onto the American stage. And for that reason, I'll be voting for Senator Barack Obama. Mr. McCain,
Senator McCain,
John McCain, a friend of 25 years. John, I love you, but I'm not going to vote for you just because you're black.
Senator McCain. Mr. McCain, Senator McCain, John McCain, Mr. McCain,
Senator McCain,
and Mr. McCain. Senator McCain, he didn't have a complete grasp of the economic problems that we had. And almost every day there was a different approach to the problem, and that concerned me. Unsure as to how to deal with the economic problems that we were having, has become narrower and narrower. And I've also been disappointed, frankly, by some of the approaches that Senator McCain has taken recently, or his campaign has, on issues that are not really central to the problems that the American people are worried about. This Bill Ayers situation that's been going on for weeks became something of a central point of the campaign. But Mr. McCain says that he's a washed-out terrorist, but then why do we keep talking about him? And why do we have these robocalls going on around the country trying to suggest that because of this very, very limited relationship that Senator Obama has had with Mr. Ayers, somehow Mr. Obama is tainted? What they're trying to connect him to is some kind of terrorist feelings. And I think that's inappropriate. So concerned at the selection of Governor Powell. Now that we have had a chance to watch her for some 7 weeks, I don't believe she's ready to be President of the United States, which is the job of the Vice President. And so that raised some question in my mind as to the judgment that Senator McCain made. I think this goes too far. And I think it has made the McCain campaign look a little narrow. It's not what the American people are looking for. And I look at these kinds of approaches to the campaign, and they trouble me. I'm also troubled by not what Senator McCain says, but what members of the party say. I have some concerns about the direction that the party has taken in recent years. It has moved more to the right than I would like to see it, but that's a choice the party makes. And the Republican side, over the last 7 weeks, the approach of the Republican Party, and the party has moved even further to the right and Governor Powell has indicated a further rightward shift. I would have difficulty with 2 more conservative appointments to the Supreme Court, but that's what we'd be looking at, says. But what members of the party say, and it is permitted to be said, such things as, well, you know that Mr. Obama is a Muslim. Well, the correct answer is he is not a Muslim. He's a Christian. He's always been a Christian. But the really right answer is, what if he is? Is there something wrong with being a Muslim in this country? The answer is no, that's not America. Is there something wrong with some 7-year-old Muslim American kid believing that he or she could be president? Yet I have heard senior members of my own party drop this suggestion. He's a Muslim and he might be associated with terrorists. This is not the way we should be doing it in America. I feel strongly about this particular point because of a picture I saw in a magazine. There was a photo essay about troops who are serving in Iraq and Afghanistan. And one picture at the tail end of this photo essay was of a mother in Arlington Cemetery. And she had her head on the headstone of her son's grave. And as the picture focused in, you could see the writing on the headstone. And it gave his awards, Purple Heart, Bronze Star, showed that he died in Iraq, gave his date of birth, his date of death. He was 20 years old. And then at the very top of the headstone, it didn't have a Christian cross. It didn't have a Star of David. It had a crescent and a star of the Islamic faith. And his name was Kareem Rashad Sultan Khan. And he was an American. He was born in New Jersey. He was 14 years old at the time of 9/11. And he waited until he can go serve his country, and he gave his life. Now, we have got to stop polarizing ourselves in this way. And John McCain is as non-discriminatory as anyone I know. But I'm troubled about the fact that within the party, we have these kinds of expressions. So when I look at all of this, which is the individual that serves the needs of the nation for the next period of time? And I come to the conclusion I'll be voting for Senator Barack Obama.
Will you be campaigning for him as well?
I don't plan to. 2 weeks left, let them go at each other in the finest tradition, but I will be voting for him.